Time for us to take a look at some of our Alaska news for this Friday morning. It is September 1st, 2017. A body was found in a tent in West Fairbanks. Apparently the body had been there for some time. That means we're sent to the examiner's office for identification and whatnot. They didn't give a lot of details about it, including who called in, finding the body in the tent, or anything else like that. However, they said it was off of Palo Verde Road. The 91-year-old man who shot his 92-year-old wife, killing her back in May down in Anchorage, has now been found incompetent to stand trial. And basically, since there is no treatment for his dementia, it is unlikely that he will be charged in the future. The workers that serve some 17 different carriers at Alaska's biggest airport are now poised to go on strike. This after a judge refused to block it. The parent company of the workers had asked the judge to deny and block them from striking because they should be considered as part of the Railroad Act, not the Labor Relations Act. The judge took a look at it and decided, no, look, you already voluntarily recognized their union. You cannot now decide to not. And so basically they have already voted 96% in favor of a strike. The officials at Ted Stevens Anchorage International Airport did say that there are other options in case they do go on strike, that the carriers will still be able to get people in the air and they will continue to fly, or at least they should be able to. The appeals court has reversed one of Schaeffer Cox's convictions, but has affirmed the others. And part of the issue that has people scratching their head is that, on the one hand, Schaeffer Cox was found guilty of conspiracy to commit murder, and on the other hand, he was found guilty of basically conspiracy to plot against federal officials. What they dropped was the conspiracy against, or I think it was the murder charges, but they left the conspiracy against the federal officials. Basically, it's the same crime. Either he did it or he didn't, and part of the issue here is that there were never any specific names. There was never any, well, we're going to go and kill this guy here. It was in more of general terms that had been talked about in Schaeffer's little group. So, don't know if there's going to be further appeals or what comes from now. They're saying it's not likely to affect his sentence, as he was serving the sentences for those convictions concurrently. The Spruce beetle devastation that's going on down in Southcentral Alaska is now spreading. It's moving north, seeing more forest area being absolutely destroyed by these beetles. The Secretary of the Interior, you may remember this, the pressure that Zinke allegedly put on Alaska senators because of the health care vote. Well, it was being probed, but now Interior has dropped the probe. And Anchorage Baptist Temple has been running a radio broadcast, very low frequency, basically just out into their parking lot. It's been on like on a continuous loop, their announcements. Well, somebody apparently got into that and reported them to the FCC. It's a pirate radio station. So I guess the church was served a cease and desist order, and apparently they've complied. Because goodness knows, having church announcements broadcast into the parking lot is something that we really need to be careful of. Yes, that is sarcasm, but that is the news. If you've got a news tip for me, send me an email, steve@radiofreespeech.com.